Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Too Faced Peach Palette. I know this has been out, but I recently bought it and I fell in love with it and I wanted to just review it, tell you guys if it's worth it. So to start off, I'm going to be priming my eyelids and I'm just using the same NYX concealer that I normally use, blending that out with my finger, and then I'm going to be setting that with a translucent powder. I'm going to go ahead and apply tape to the sides of my eyes just so that I have a clean, crisp edge for my shadows. And then I'm going to go ahead and dip into this palette. I'm going to go ahead and use a fluffy brush with that brown shade I pointed to just as my transition, and I do go back in and dip into the palette like maybe twice, so about 2 times. And these shades, they blend so easily. I was so surprised. They're very buttery. They did not even leave any crease marks, nothing at all. It just blended seamlessly and the colors look so nice together. So I'm going to be blending that out, and once I see it as blended as I would like, I'm going to go ahead and dip into a darker brown. And I'm going to go ahead and use a more detailed crease brush because I don't want to put this color high up to where my transition is. I just keep it a little lower. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same small crease brush, and I'm just going to build it up until I have that intensity of the color that I would like. Going in with this black shade, I'm going to use the same brush I used and I'm going to apply that to the outer half of my eye just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm going to be blending that out with that same brush, and then I do go back in with the more fluffy brush just to make sure that everything blends together and there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go ahead, and the star of the show is this olive shade. I do spray my brush beforehand and it kind of gives it a more foiled shadow look and it's more intense that way. So I did spray my brush with some rose water, and then I'm going to go ahead and use a flat brush just to apply this all over the lid. And as you can see, there's really not much fallout with this. There's no fallout at all. So that's what I really liked about the palette. So you can go ahead and do your whole face makeup and then go back in and do a simple eye look with this palette and you should not have a problem. I go back in and making sure there's no harsh edges, blend it out with the fluffy brush, and then I go back in and kind of deepen up the edges just a little bit because I feel like I lost some of the pigment from applying the olive shade on my lid. Going in with my favorite eyebrow pencil, no surprise, I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows as usual. And I normally do it off camera, but I just wanted to include it in this video just in case you guys want to see how I'm doing my eyebrows. So here's just a little quick clip of me filling them in, and this is just the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in the shade Brunette. Going in with this creamy vanilla shade, I'm just gonna use a fluffy brush and apply that underneath my brow bone, making sure there's no additional color on my fluffy brush, and blend it in so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use this angled brush with the black shade, and I'm gonna do a eyeliner. Now, I'm not gonna use no type of liquid liner, no gel liner, nothing at all. This is just eyeshadow, and it just comes to show you that if you're a beginner and you really are not confident with doing your wings yet, you can start off with using eyeshadow. And let me tell you, this was the easiest thing. I don't know how I haven't done it before, but I really enjoyed it. It just gave it such a nice soft look. It wasn't so harsh and super black, and I really liked how it turned out. So once you remove the tape, you should see how beautiful and crisp the edges are. You really don't have to do much work with concealer or cleaning up. It literally does all the work for you, and you don't even have to worry about constantly cleaning up your eyeliner because it just does everything for you. Going in with the makeup wipe, I really didn't need to do this step because there was no shadow that fell off, but I did it anyways, and just to make sure there was nothing on my skin. And then I went in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and yeah, I'm just going to be coating both my lashes, and I do use a couple layers of these because I am not using falsies for this look. Starting off with this e.l.f. green primer, I'm just going to be applying that to my face, and basically I apply it everywhere. It really softens the skin and I really enjoy this primer. I blend it out with my fingers just so that everything is nicely distributed, and then I'm going to show you guys the foundation combo I've been loving recently. Going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, I'm going to be applying this foundation on the outer perimeters of my face. The reason for that is because it's winter and my skin is looking a little pale and this foundation is a little darker. So I apply that, and then I go in with the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, and this one's a little light. So mixing the two shades just make my perfect skin color, and the coverage is amazing and flawless. You're going to see how nice the skin looks, and it's not heavy on the skin at all. So I just blend it out with a dampened Real Techniques sponge. And once that's all blended out, I go in with my concealer, and I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I love this concealer. I've raved about this. I use it all the time, and I'm just applying it anywhere I want to conceal and highlight the face, and also blending it out with the same sponge. To set the face, I'm going to go ahead and use the same sponge, and I'm just dipping it in my loose powder and applying that underneath my eyes or anywhere I want to set the face. And it's basically all over, and I normally just leave it so I can do my under eye, and then I swipe it off with a fluffy brush. So I'm going to be using the same shades I use for my crease, and I'm just going to be applying them to my lower lash line, smoking it out a bit, and then I'm going to put black eyeliner and mascara to my bottom lashes. Going in with the same vanilla shade that I use for underneath my brow bone, I'm just going to apply that in the inner eye, and this shade is absolutely beautiful. I love this shade. I do go in and I take off the excess foundation from my lips because it's like an OCD. And then I'm going to be going in with this trio palette, and I'm going to go in with the bronzer shade, and I'm just going to be applying it with a Wet n Wild angle brush. And I love this brush, you guys, just for applying like bronzer. It's like the perfect size and the perfect shape just to get right underneath your cheekbone. So I do apply that anywhere I want to bronze up the skin, and then I'm gonna go in with the same vanilla shade, and that's what I'm using to highlight today. So it's a beautiful color, you guys. Like, I didn't even have to wet my brush, and just look at how it highlights the skin. It just looks so natural and so beautiful. But you know, I'm a little extra, so I kept applying and applying. I applied like 3 layers. And just so that it looks a little more natural, I go in with my dampened sponge just to tap it out a bit, so that way it blends in with the bronzer and all that. And then setting it with rose water. I always set my skin with it. It kind of hydrates the skin, plus sets the makeup in place. For lips, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild liquid lipstick. I will list down all the shades of everything that I'm using down below, but I'm just going to be applying this all over the lips, and then the look is complete. If you guys are thinking about getting this palette, I say go for it, as long as you don't mind the fragrance. It's not too strong, but you do smell peaches. I know some people don't like that, so just keep that in mind when purchasing it. But the colors blend flawlessly in my book. I say it's worth every penny. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it and learned something. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Muchos besos.